All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS that rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Brother Bonsapad, back at you again with a quick lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Just reading in Second Ezra, man, meditating upon that. Thought I'd just share this. You know, as we see, prophecy is passing, prophecy is coming, jumping off the Bible pages quick. And, like it says in Second Ezra 6, it says, but Ezra was asking the angel, and the angel was saying, we're telling Ezra, look, just be worried about like-minded people like you, basically, right? But in chapter 8, verse 6 was the angel, what Ezra was asking why the Most High destroyed his own seed. Destroyed his own work. And then verse 26, and it was like the Most High look upon the people which only serve him. So there was this, the angel and Ezra was talking. So 6, it says, O Lord, if thou suffer not thy servant that we may pray before thee, and thou give us seed unto our heart and culture to our understanding, and there may come fruit of it, how shall each man live that is corrupt, who beareth the place of man? So he basically was asking why the Most High is going to destroy his own work. Now you can read. Now the whole book is bad. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Verse 26 says, "Look not upon the sinners of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth." So he's saying, don't just worried about those who serving me in truth. Okay, look upon the people which only go serve Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And then down in 41, he was saying, "For as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground, and planteth many trees, and yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up. Neither doth all that is planted take root. Even so, it even so, even so is it of them that are sown in the world; they shall not be saved." He was saying the Most High, basically, the angel was answering him that all seed cometh not to the Most High, because you got other camps don't that don't teach prophecy, man. That don't even warn the people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that things to come. Don't even talk about Jacob's trouble. So yeah, the Most High made the whole nation of Israel, but he telling Ezra, look, just be concerned about those that's like-minded, that's seeking me in truth, man. Because it's a blessing for us to be able to see these things before it take place, man. And with that, we out here warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of these things to come, man. So we only concerned about those like-minded men who's out here to teach and wake up the elect of his people. We're not concerned about 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and you heathen nations. We're not concerned about that, because the world to come is going to be for few anyways. Start when Yahweh shot 144,000, man. The angels and the 104 and the 1/3 and the elect is coming out of the multitude. Now, the 144,000 is going to repopulate the nation of Israel. And that's going to be the top governing body with Yahweh Shai, which is the 144,000, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to jump down to, I got it there. I'm in my book, because I'm in the Bible as well. And I'm going to jump over to 50. For many, because now the whole thing is bad. I didn't want to make this too long. Just want to hit some points in this lesson that we aren't concerned about those like-minded people, man, because he gave us the spiritual eye salve to be able to see these things to come. So we can't worry about what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen to everybody else. So we hoping we don't be partaking in what's coming to his people, man, to the 2/3 of his people, and also these heathen nations, man. Second Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. One thing for sure, that Yahweh hates a person with pride, man. And our people are prideful as hell. The other Israelite groups don't want to adhere to the men of the Lord, because they have full of pride in them, man. Because remember, when I read up in verse 6, it basically saying why the Most High destroyed his own work. Because you got a lot of his people that's Israel, but not of Israel, man. You see? So he's saying, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times. And look at the latter time. Look at the people walking around in pride. We're in the latter times. That shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You see, but understand thou for thyself. So he was saying, understand this for thyself, man, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. So the angel was telling Ezra, I know you're concerned about your people, man. But look, many people in the latter time go perish because of what? Their pride. And there be a lot of people of Israel that's not of Israel that the Most High is going to destroy, man. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open. This talking about the kingdom right here. The tree of life is planted. The time is come. The time is come. The time to come is prepared. Plenty is made ready. A city is builded and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. We can't get no rest here, because in the book of Micah, it speaks about this is not our place of rest, basically. You see, it doesn't read that, but it says something about this is not our rest. Here it said paradise is open. That's talking about the kingdom, man. First, it started with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared. What time to come? For salvation, man. Plenteous is made ready. Plenteous of what? Any and everything we're going to need, man. Because a lot of us in this society, man, we poor. We don't have anything, man. We don't have anything going for us. Only the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that we've been blessed from Yahweh Bashim Shah to receive and understand, man. Why? Because many great misery shall come upon people that's prideful, man. And that's why you see the left-hand side of the Most High working. He's using Esau to bring in the troops, to bring in the martial law, to bring in the forced vaccinations, because you think the Most High is not tired of this Look, he was tired of the first creation, and he flooded it with water. So you think he's not tired of this creation? And this creation is more wicked, man. You see? A city is builded and rest is allowed. The city is built and rest is allowed. It's talking about the kingdom is heaven. The kingdom is at hand, man. So he was telling Ezra, look, man, seek out the glory for such as to be like you, man. Don't worry about anything else. Because he was terrified, like, man, damn, he finna come and get his whole creation, or he about to destroy his old creation. He was like, well, look, you just worry about those who's trying to walk this path righteously. Okay? The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. That's Esau. He's not going to have power over us anymore, man. You see, the root of evil is sealed up from you. Esau is not going to have power, man. You see, he's ruling right now. He's going to be done away with, man. Sorrows are past, and in the end is showeth the treasures of immortality. That's talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to be able to live forever, man. In this society with the 5G network, the chemtrails, the metals in your body, the diet is not right, the food is contaminated, it's not even real food. You're breathing in metal from the chemtrails, car exhaustion, factory chemicals, pollution. It's just this just deadly, man. So the kingdom is prepared for those, man, who's seeking to get up out of some stuff like this, man. You see? And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. That's what the angel was telling him. Look, don't ask no more questions about the multitude that's going to perish, man. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsake his ways. Because beginning with the apostles and elders, out here telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You see? Consider your ways, man. Consider what's being taught. Grow your beard on your face if you can grow one. Stop eating pork. You females, cover up. Your men, start wearing skinny jeans, man. But no, you forsook the way of Yahweh Bashim Abishai and made loathe his law, man. You see? So when you had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. How you despise the Most High? By not listening to the men who he set up before you to go out and tell you these things. So you looking at man out the spirit, and you despise what Yahweh Bashim Abishai was saying, man. You see? Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, man. You see? And said in their mind, in their heart, that there is no power, yea, and that knowing they must die. So the other Israelite groups don't want to listen to the apostles and elders and get the truth. They want to go on their own thing, man. So if you're going on your own thing, you basically saying that there's no Most High, man. And 2/3 not even adhering at all, man. They don't even believe or listen to anything, man. And what he says right here. And said in their mind, I keep saying mind, but the Hebrew word for heart is law, meaning your mind, that there is no God, yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them, for it was not his will that men should come to naught. See what I'm saying? So pain and thirst is prepared for who? Them, you Israelites who didn't listen to the words of the Heavenly Father through his men who he set up before you, man. You see? For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, thirst and pain are prepared for them. See, thirst and pain is coming for you, man. For it was not his will that men should come to naught. It wasn't a will that he didn't set up his own creation for them to come to naught. But they despised the laws and turn their back on the Most High. So guess what? Yahweh Bashim Abishai turned his back on 2/3 of his people, man. Because we're blessed to be able to get this knowledge, man. We're blessed to be able to see these things that's coming, man. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them. You see, Jake eating abominable foods. Don't want that here. Don't even want to consider the ways of Yahweh Bashim Abishai, you see. But the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. 2/3 of our people was very unthankful for what the Most High has set up for them, man. And once again, man, we are blessed to come out of that. And we hoping that we the hopefully elect that will endure to the end, man. You see? Where did I stop at? Verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. See, the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Abishai, what? Is now at hand. Because his people didn't want to listen and take heed. Once again, they loathe the law. They didn't want to listen. They want to just do what they want to do. And with that, he said what? And therefore is my judgment now at hand. That's why you seen not too many people on the roads. They want to tighten up the borders. They closing the borders. They want to shut everybody in, man. This is the will of Yahweh Bashim Abishai on the left-hand side that's using Esau, the top elite banking families, man, to bring in Jacob's trouble because it was their fault that they didn't want to listen to the Heavenly Father and His Son. They broke the laws, statutes, and commandments. And now you have a chance for grace before you. You don't want to consider these men before you that's telling you these things, man. You see, these things have I not shown unto all men? See, these are the things, brothers, that wasn't shown to all men. Like these other camps, this wasn't shown. That was, yeah, you know, it was shown to them saying, yeah, to know that they're Israelite. But the more heavier things, the more deeper prophecies wasn't known to a lot of these men out here, man. Especially 2/3 of his people. That's why he set up men who he deemed to be righteous enough to give this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to go out as a light so the elect can see the light and walk the path and come back to draw them back. These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. You see, that's why the world is only, what's it, in the top of this verse is what? And he answered me saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And he jumped down here to 62. It said, these things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few men like thee. Then answered I and said, behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not shown me. And when you go to chapter 9, 2nd Ezra 9:1, what he say? He answered and said, what? Measure the time diligently within itself. And how do you, measure the time diligently within itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So how you measure the times? With the scriptures, prophecy. You see what's going on. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go and jump to it. You see? That's how you measure the time. So after he was asking him that, he said, he answered me then and said, look, measure the time, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's what you're seeing right now. Is that the highest is, you remember the song Jay-Z came out with, talking about, I don't know, guess who's back? Or allow me to reintroduce myself. See, Yahweh Bashim al-Rashad, they're going to reintroduce themselves from the same power that brought out the nation of Israel out of Egypt. And they're making it be known right now, man. And as times get rougher and harder and tighter, then you go see and you're going to know that this is that power of the Hebrews that showed himself during the time of ancient Egypt when he was in captivity back then, man. Because he coming to visit the world he made because of the pride, the idolatry, the witchcraft, the wickedness, you know, not considering the ways some of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the rulers that be who set up this place off witchcraft. The mother of harlots. You see what I'm saying? Who got the claws in this planet. So he's coming back to uproot all wickedness, man. So he was telling Ezra, man, look, you need to just worry about those that's like-minded as you. You see? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And it's being made manifest through his men who he set up through the spirit of prophecy, man. And that's what you see before you right now, man. I could keep going on and reading all of it. And this is a beautiful read. I just want to touch on that as I just got through reading it in Ezra's, man, you know. But understand for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. The time is coming. It's going to be like never before on this planet. The apostles and elders at GMS have been telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and the world and you heathens that this day was going to come upon us. And it is here, man. So yeah, you're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel shaken, which we should, because This is the work of Yahweh Bashim Abishai, man. He's coming out of his place to visit the inhabitants thereof who put harm to his people, who want to put the prophets to death. He remembering all of these things, man. Wickedness has polluted so high up into the heavens till this has to take place. You know, it's going to take place whether we're ready or not, because the words of prophecy is speaking, man. Hey, once again, I was reading it. I just thought through the Spirit allowed me to put this out. I hope it was edifying. You know, until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.